There is a specific human instinct to freeze a beautiful moment before it can vanish. We try to trap the light, perhaps because we suspect the world will eventually demand a toll for it. Hanya Yanagihara's novel, A Little Life, is built on this tension. It follows four friends whose lives are defined by the struggle to hold on to their shared history while navigating a suffocating internal darkness. The story explores two opposing ways of handling the past. One character, JB, uses his art to physically document their friendship. The protagonist, Jude, treats memory as a threat, using a methodical psychological exercise to scrub his history out of existence. This contrast between the urge to preserve and the necessity to forget shows how people construct a life when their past is too painful to inhabit. In the beginning, there is Lispenard Street. Jude, Willem, JB, and Malcolm are navigating their 20s in New York, broke, ambitious, and searching for a foothold in an expensive and different city. They survived through humor. They turn the humiliation of hunting for roach-infested apartments and their lack of savings into a shared comedy, using laughter to deflect the anxieties of early adulthood. JB anchors this era in oil paint. He begins a series of portraits that capture their mundane daily lives, Willem studying a script, Jude at a play, Malcolm sitting stiffly on a sofa. He deliberately gives these canvases a fuzzed quality, mimicking a camera lens. By patting away the sharpest layer of clarity, he creates a version of their lives that is softer and kinder than the naked eye would see. These paintings offer a comforting illusion of safety. They present a perfect youth while masking the reality that one person inside the frame is hiding a devastating secret. While JB's world is external and shared, Jude's reality is intensely isolated. Away from the warmth of his friends, he is trapped in the inescapable architecture of his own mind. To handle the intrusive flashbacks of his childhood, Jude has developed a punishing mental routine. He cannot ignore his memories. He has to actively dismantle them. He visualizes a traumatic scene as a film strip. Then he begins the work of erasing it, frame by frame, replaying the memory until it is neutralized, until it feels like a story that happened to someone else. The process is dangerous. He cannot stop to examine what he is looking at. If he lingers on the details of what happened, he risks getting ensnared in the agony of the original event. Jude's survival depends on this relentless internal labor. His external safety is conditional on his ability to aggressively scrub his own history out of his consciousness. The trauma also manifests in his body. In quiet, clinical sessions, Jude sits with his doctor, Andy, who carefully cleans and wraps the wounds Jude uses to cope with his psychological pain. The dressing of these wounds is excruciating. To endure the physical toll, Jude shuts his eyes and counts silently to 300, forcing his mind to go slowly while his body suffers. Andy offers a harsh medical assessment. The intense pain is a positive indicator. It means the tissue is alive, and the nerves are still functioning exactly as they should. While Andy works with calm precision, Jude is stripped of his defenses. In these moments, he feels so vulnerable that he would agree to any suggestion just to make the stinging stop. Jude's past operates as an active physiological force. It is a living weight that constantly wars against the sanctuary his friends try to provide. Over decades, the group's hidden pain radiates outward. The lightness of their youth is replaced by the heavy, silent accumulation of time and grief. Willem begins to categorize their history into distinct eras: the ambitious years, the insecure years, the hopeful years. It is a way to map the passage of time against the weight of their experiences. Harold, Jude's adopted father, struggles with a paralyzing sorrow. He attempts to maintain a facade of normalcy, forcing his way through an ordinary evening while his voice remains flattened by the knowledge of what is coming. As they reach middle age, their professional success proves incapable of curing Jude's terminal emotional wounds. Money and recognition provide comfort, but they cannot provide a fix. Intimacy in this narrative is measured by the agonizing willingness to bear witness to suffering that has no solution. When the struggle ends, the focus shifts to the physical artifacts left behind: 2 pillows on a bed, a coffee cup rimmed with lipstick, a splintered watch. These abandoned objects become permanent monuments to the lives they built together. The novel explores the immense labor of love required simply to stay alive for the sake of other people. This highlights the energy spent trying to save those we love, and the specific grief that follows when that effort inevitably meets its limit. Choosing to inhabit that pain alongside another person, even when it cannot be healed, is the final heavy reality of their connection.